Okay, so this is the time of the year where we know that, families, as a tradition for the most part, families get together to talk, eat. Some families get together and fight and argue, whatever. Either way, it is a tradition for many families to get together for this time of the year, whether you celebrate any of these holidays or not. Why is that important for me to bring that to the forefront to you? You're watching this as a Black woman who has disassociated herself from the religious constructs. For many of you watching, you're going to be the only one in your community, in your friendship circle, in your family who has disassociated from that construct. All right. In many cases, you are the only one. It may be you and someone else in your family, or maybe you and another friend. But ultimately, you have freed yourself physically from that construct, and you are the only one. All right. When you are around your family, okay, when you are around, and not just your family, but when you are around and in communication with people who are still operating with that religious indoctrination, with that religious consciousness, let's just be real and say sometimes it can be a challenge to even communicate with people, okay? Because you start to see how blind people are when they are operating from the consciousness of religion. All right. And when I say that, I'm not saying that to you to tell you to look down on the people who are still holding on tight to their religion, because for many people, as I've said before in many of my episodes, for many people, holding tight to a religion is a tradition in the family. Any type of religion is just a tradition in the family, just like it is a tradition for families to get together for holidays and eat. All right. So I am saying this to you, especially for the beginning of this week. You may be saying, okay, I've got this family function coming up. I feel like there's going to be questions that are going to be posed to me about why I left the church. I feel that there's going to be people are going to ask me and question me about what do I believe in now? Or do I believe in God anymore? Do I worship Satan? Okay. You may be even feeling, okay, I wonder if Aunt Rita is going to ask me if I still read the Bible. Maybe you have those thoughts going in your head as you anticipate your time that you're going to be spending with people who are still operating under religious dogma. All right. And so I always say this. Here's the thing. First of all, let me say, I am not one of these people that just tell you, oh, just cut people off. I don't believe in doing that. Okay. It's easy to cut people off when you are not firm in standing in your sovereignty and standing in your spiritual autonomy. It's easy to do that. It's easier just to say, oh, I'm just going to cut people off. Okay, well, if you cut people off and you're not communicating with people, how do you know that you have elevated? How do you know that you have not embraced your identity as an alchemist? How do you know that? How do you know that you have grown internally? How do you know if you cut everyone off? So what I believe is to understand yourself is to allow yourself to be in that environment with other people who are still operating from dogma and indoctrination, who are still essentially asleep. Now, hold up. I'm not saying that you put yourself in an environment to allow your boundaries to be crossed. I'm not saying that you put yourself in that environment to allow yourself to be disrespected. I am not saying that you put yourself in that environment and just allow people to project their fears onto you. No, that is not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that if you choose to go to the family function and you are anticipating those questions, first, your anticipation, it could actually be wrong. You may not get any of those questions. People may just leave you alone. It may just be a good time. You can get around your family, play cards, eat, do whatever, watch movies, and have just a good time, and nothing about religion or your spiritual practice or practices will even come up. How about that? And you, as a sovereign being, once you understand who you are as the original woman, that you are the original oracle, you can use your voice to speak before you go into those environments and say, this is the experience that I want to have. And your environment conforms to what you say. You could do that. All right. You could also choose to not go. You can also embrace your autonomy and do that with no explanation. But then you have to ask, okay, why aren't you going? Are you not going because you're trying to escape, because it's a fear thing for you? Only you can answer that. But at the end of the day, you have that choice. You do not have to go and immerse yourself in the family function. You can go, and maybe normally in the past, when you would spend your entire day, you can go and just be around, show your face, see who you want to see the family members that you want to see and connect with. You could spend an hour. All right. You go in for an hour and then leave, and then you're done. You have those options. But I'm saying all of this to say this: if you can just feel, and you're just like, I don't want to deal with any questions. And maybe perhaps you're not quite sure how to voice and how to express that you really don't want to deal with any questions about why you left. If you're not feeling confident to say, well, right now I am exploring other things. If you can't say that with confidence, and you know that you're going to allow people to just pull you into and entangle your energy into an argument or a debate, and with you explaining yourself, if you can't do that, then I'll say don't go. But if you know that you can go and be around people who are still indoctrinated, and you can say that my spiritual practice is not up for discussion. Or you can say, well, yes, I practice. I'm just throwing this out there. Yeah, I practice. I'm a spiritual practitioner. I practice candle magic. I am a practitioner of the arts that you may call witchcraft. It is an art, by the way. That's another topic for another day. At the end of the day, after me saying all of that, you can still feel like you are out here by yourself. Okay? Because the community that you had, where you used to be able to go and just talk about things, you're finding you can't do that anymore, or it feels like you can't do that anymore. And I have a solution for that. Okay? I have just opened up my new membership. Okay. It's not the membership on the YouTube channel. It's completely different. It is on a completely private platform. And this is a community that I've called Unleashed Alchemy Ascension. Okay. Unleashed Alchemy Ascension membership is a soft landing place. It is a sacred place for Black women who are navigating their lives after religion, and you need a soft landing place so that you can ascend into your original identity, so that you can have a factory reset in the softest way, in the most easeful way, in the most calming way, so that you can reconnect with your divine feminine essence, which with your divine cosmic essence. It is a place where you learn your creation power that is in your body and in your voice. We're going to be doing deep dive into our Black ancient mothers, okay, also known as the Sibyls. We're going to have, there's a private community where it's not just a talking head, just me talking all the time, okay, to you. You'll be able to connect with other women like you in our private space. We will have live workshops every single month, all right? There will be live Q&A sessions every single month. This membership is designed for you to be able to create your own spiritual practices. Your own spiritual practices. Whether you choose to practice candle magic, moon magic, herbal magic, earth magic, whether you decide to call yourself a witch, you can do that without the religious fear hanging over your head, and you can do it with full confidence. You'll be able to communicate with people, whether it's your family or your friends, and let them know, yes, I am a spiritual practitioner. This is what I do. Do you want me to do a healing ritual for you? However you choose to communicate that. All right. So there will be live meditations. We will be doing live rituals. All right. This is a space for you to not step into your spiritual autonomy, but to embrace it, to remember it. This elevation that you're going to get inside of the membership, this internal elevation, it is going to positively affect your external life. It's going to positively affect your career, positively affect your business, your money, your relationships, romantic, friendships. Otherwise, it will positively affect your external. All right. So as a early dove member, and once you're inside the membership, you'll understand why I said dove. Okay. For you taking action, okay, immediate action, quick action, all right, to enroll in the membership, you are getting an early dove, early founders price, all right? It's $37 a month, or you can do a year subscription, which is $370, where you're getting 2 months free, all right? Now, here's the thing. Enrollment closes November 29th at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is this Saturday. Okay. And it will not open publicly until April of 2026. All right. So secure your spot inside of the membership. Also, our first live session will be this Saturday, November 29th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we'll be focusing on nervous system recalibration. Why is nervous system recalibration so important? It's so that you can learn, first of all, to get back into your body, to notice where religious dogma is still operating in your life, even after you've made the church exit. We focus on that in the very first live workshop. So the link to secure your spot inside of Unleashed Alchemy Ascension membership is in the description of this video. All right. So I look forward to working with you inside of the membership.